Hey ladies. Alright, so I was just reading through something that one of my sisters sent me, and it was about, it referenced the Council of Nicaea and how they had outlawed anybody Judaizing the people. They didn't want people converting. They didn't want the tribe of Judah from Judea, the southern tribes. They didn't want them Judaizing them and converting them by keeping the Sabbath day, eating clean, and cutting out the paganism. So they outlawed it and then went around and unalived everybody who was a true follower of the Messiah. This is something that still gets brought up today when I or my brothers or sisters talk to people about the scriptures, and we say, well, you still have to keep the Sabbath. They call us Judaizers all the time. And the reason that this happens is because most people don't know that there's two houses of Israel. The Commonwealth of Israel is composed of the northern 10 tribes and the southern 2 tribes. And when you don't understand the history of what happened, how they became 2 nations, what happened to the northern tribes, what happened to the southern tribes, when you don't understand the history of Israel, you are never going to understand who you are today. You're never going to understand the gospel. And you just sound completely ridiculous when you say that we're Judaizing. So, I'm going to try to explain it briefly. Solomon was a king that had many wives. They were from foreign nations. They brought their pagan god worship to Israel. He allowed altars to be made for these other gods. Jehovah told him when he became king, if you follow me, then your family will reign. But if you don't follow me, the punishment will be great. He warned him he was going to split the kingdom if he didn't follow the law, if he didn't keep the covenant. Solomon didn't keep the covenant. His heart was split. And so, I forget what chapter it is. You really need to read, 2nd Solomon and 1st Kings, the story of Solomon, 2nd Samuel and 1st Kings, the story of Solomon stretches through that whole bit, those 2 books. So, Solomon's heart was split, so God said, I'm going to split the nations. I'm going to split the tribes into 2. There were 10 tribes in the northern kingdom, and the 2 tribes in the south was Judah, and Benjamin attached itself to Judah. That became the country of Judea. The northern 10 tribes retained the name Israel. So you have these 2 now independent nations, which spent the next, 400 years or so at odds with each other in a war. Just perpetual arguing. Even still to this day. So, in Ezekiel 4, Jehovah tells Ezekiel, lay on your left side for 390 days, one day for each year that the northern tribes are going to be in captivity. Then lay on your right side for 40 days, one day for each year that the southern tribes would be in captivity. Then in 722 BC, Samaria, the capital of the northern tribes, was taken captive by Assyria. The people of Israel were taken into the country. They were there for 390 years, and then God said, you need to repent. But they didn't repent because they were not ashamed of their idolatry. They were not ashamed that they were worshiping a tree at the winter solstice. They were not ashamed that they baked cakes to the Queen of Heaven at the spring equinox. They're still not ashamed of these things, by the way. And they still continue to do them because there is no new thing under the sun. So, because they didn't repent, they got scattered to the four corners of the earth. Moses even prophesied that this was going to happen in the new Song of Moses in Deuteronomy 32. He tells you that he's going to scatter you. And then all throughout the prophets, it tells you, I scattered you because of this. You mixed into the Gentiles. You became Gentiles. You forgot who you were. You lost your identity. But don't worry, because at the end of the world, I'm going to regather you. I'm going to bring you back to your land of inheritance. I'm going to redeem my people. I'm going to buy you with the blood of my son. All you have to do is repent. But they are stiff-necked people. They won't repent. They wouldn't repent then. They weren't ashamed then. They got scattered to the four corners of the earth. Yeshua says, I come not but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The house of Israel is the northern 10 tribes. He only came looking for the lost sheep of the house of Israel because Judah was right there. They knew who Judah was. He came out of the Jews, preached salvation to the Jews. Did they accept him? Nope. They hung him on a fucking tree. Yeshua came looking for the northern tribes. And the reason that Paul is the apostle to the Gentiles is because the northern tribes are mixed into the Gentiles. They forgot that they were Israel. They forgot that they went to Horeb. They forgot that they had gotten the 10 Commandments. They forgot that they transgressed with the golden calf. They forgot that they were supposed to keep the sacrificial law. They became Gentiles, and now, 2,000 years after the Messiah comes, now he pours his grace, his conviction out on the world. The whole world full of Gentiles, because the fullness of the Gentiles has come in. God pours his spirit of conviction out on the whole world to wake his people up and say, stop being Gentiles. Keep the Sabbath day. Get my mark. Eat clean so that you don't defile your temple. Keep the 10 Commandments and show me that you love me. And then go out and love your neighbors by teaching them to keep the 10 Commandments. The northern tribes of Israel are about to be regathered. You just have to wake up and realize that you are Israel. You're not supposed to be Gentiles. You're not supposed to be a fucking heathen. You're supposed to be Israel. You have to be grafted in. It's time to wake up, women. And come out of her, my people.